Hi everyone. In history today we're going to be looking at the Maya civilization. Now that's our theme for this half term and we're going to introduce you to it today. There are two main learning objectives that we're going to have a look at and I'm going to talk you through those right now. So what we're going to be looking at is placing the Maya period on a timeline and what different sources can be used to answer questions about the past. So on Padlet, you should have a link to a YouTube video, and that's something for you just to listen to. You'll hear the sounds that are quite typical in the location where the Maya lived, and I'm sure it sounds very different to the things that you can hear in your house. So after you've listened to it, have a think about these questions. What could you hear? Where do you think you were? What was making the noises? How do you feel about this place? Now the location of the Maya civilization, we can see on this map. So here we've got the United Kingdom, this is where we are. And the Maya civilization were living in Mexico and Central America. If we zoom in a little bit closer, you might recognize some of these countries' names: Belize, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica. This is where the Maya people were living. So there's a Padlet presentation, PowerPoint presentation, which will give you a little bit of extra information. But what we're really interested to know is something perhaps you already have learned about the Maya civilization. You could write that down and email it to us because we'd love to see it and we can add it onto our displays in the classroom. So as you can see on this timeline, the Maya civilization was around for a very long time. You could work out how many years quite precisely if you wanted to using this timeline. If you think about the other periods of history that you've already learned about, the Stone Age that you learned about in year 3, that ended around 2300 BCE. So that's over 1,000 years before the Maya civilization started. And then if you think about last term when we learned about the Romans, we heard the story of Romulus and Remus, and that tells us about the start of the city of Rome, which was in about 753 BC, so that could be placed on our timeline. We learned about the successful invasion of Britain. That was in 43 CE, which will fit in about here. And we learned about Boudicca's rebellion, and that was in 61 AD. So you can see the Maya civilization and the Roman period were at a very similar time. So how do we know about the Maya civilization? Well, there are 4 main ways we can get some information. And here they are. We've got buildings that we can use to learn about the Maya. We've got objects, writing, and we've also got pictures. Now, also on Padlet, you've got a little handout about these 4 sources of information. And what we'd like you to have a go at doing today is reading the information and have a go at answering those questions that are on the document. Now you might want to write down your answers to those questions. That's great. Just remember, if you're going to be writing anything down, think about our expectations. We expect you to be answering in full sentences and to make sure that you start every sentence with a capital letter and you end it with a full stop. You might just want to talk through the answers to someone at home, and that's absolutely fine as well. So we hope this just gives you a little bit of a taste of what we're going to be learning about over the next few weeks. And if there's anything particular that you would like to find out a little bit more about, why not let us know? So something you think, oh, I wonder how they did this, or I wonder what happened with this part. Ask us, because what we can do is we can include that in your learning. So until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon.